Okay. Howdy. So, we'll play FD again, and I got my tank rolling here. I didn't work on it that much actually. As you can see, the top of it is still kind of open. However, smell the Sioux. It's not quite that faithful to to the drawing, to the little drawing I made of the very cursed tank. So I'm gonna do some corrections to the cursed tank. Starting with the turret. Well, it's mostly the turret. I think I need to lengthen the chassis again. I accidentally unlengthened it too much. Unlengthened, I shortened it. I might have shortened it a bit too much. Yeah. So first, yeah, let me just correct the illustration. So first up, we got the car here, or the cruiser tank, and that's something that should be done to me. She got bonked. Someone will once bonk. But let's I know the running gear isn't quite a perfect matchup, but that's just FD for you. I can't get my certain source of road wheel. And too bad. So what happened was the here is that the turret ended up being a little too long. It's resembling more the turret down here, as you can see, and it's a bit of overhang, so the model, like the tank itself, needs to be corrected a bit. But also I need to correct. I want to try mocking up the illustration. Oh, this is already a terrible mockery. There's a mockery. There's a mockery of engineering. I wanted to give this a curse turn 2. I'm gonna try and make it a bit closer to what is in the game. So we have the modernized turret, turret, and pretty much I'll just slice off the storage, slice off the 30, just take that off. Bam! Look at that. And I think for the gun, there's some off about it. Plus I have to deal with the bore extractor, bore evacuator, fume extractor, sorry. How's the... Maybe I'll just make the front. I think if I just push out the wheels more, it'll look a bit more on... look a bit more the part. Because this feels like it's a bit too... What's this? There, now it's got a little bit more space. It's a bit more effective. You can stick the little machine gun turret in there. Still feel like there's not quite enough space. Those darn machine gun turrets take up an awful lot of space on it. Probably why machine gun turrets like that went out of style. All the other issues notwithstanding. There we go, I'll jet them out a little bit. 1.05. Of course, the in-game one doesn't necessarily have to be to the letter faithful to the little drawing I made, but there's a weird. It's just it's a little funky. I think I just gotta give these a bit more spring force. Ground clearance isn't the best on this, but yeah, I think the wide wheels just have a bit more spring force. I'll do that later. Let me take a look at the illustration first. Let's make it large. Okay, thanks a lot from that. That's very cool. Okay. So, we got the big turret here and the bigger gun. Which... Actually, that pretty much looks like it now. My job is done. Okay, there's a bit of a thing here. This has a huge front here. Yeah, it's part of the issue. I can either reflect it in the model or the illustration, depending. First, the thing is that actually aligns it pretty well in it. At the angle of the plate with the angle of the front of the turret. Whereas here, this seems very Chrissy suspension. Very on brand. Yeah, I feel like this should be shortened up. Sacrifice a lot of armor for that. The pursuit of aesthetics. Why don't I briefly get this mimic out of the way? So these are all fours. Curious. It seems to have so much more space when it's all wedge. And it's only wedge. Yeah, the turrets are gonna end up way too small for the amount of gun that they're gonna have. Goodness, it's like mounting freaking little Panzer II turrets on the front. Granted, I can just make them aesthetic. They don't actually have to be canon, but I want them to be canon because that's funny. Is the solid cannon too? I'm not really that fond of these things. I'd honestly just rather cover them up and make them look like a Maxim gun or something. I think it'd be funny to make it look like a Maxim gun. My poor mic was not actually fully plugged in. I don't know if that'll cause some audio kerfuffles or not. Bugger me. This little grenade launcher is even smaller than the machine gun. How's that control? There's like BMPT right here. 2 grenades. 2 nade launchers in the front. Man, the tank, it's rather compact in it. This poor thing is gonna have like no elevation. Ah, frick. It's also gonna look pretty goofy. I want to make them like giant Vickers guns at the front. Look at that lining up there that's pretty aesthetic. Here it does not. Which, I mean, that's alright. This is aesthetic though. But then if I put it on the other turret, which I based the form off of, not that one, this one, it's significantly back. This is more like if took this and then there we go, we've exactly got our vehicle here. Significant overhang. Just a tad. Oh, bloody hell. That looks really Italian though. You know, the other medium tank. Light tank, whatever. The one with the dual machine gun mount on the front, and it kind of looks like a T-26. Has that overhang on the back. That's not bad. Actually, that's kind of reflective of what we got here. How about that? How about that? Alright, a bit of an angle here. Oh, I see. I extended the engine deck like 1 meter too long. And I actually played it up the back so it looks okay. Which I'm gonna extend out the back anyway and cover in decos. Because it's kind of exposed. I mean, it's always gonna be exposed, but whatever. Yeah, that's about it. What if I shorten that engine deck? It's the one, it's the low one. Oop. How about that? How about that? I don't mind the front bit being a bit out of whack. Because it's already whack. Oops. I should reduce a hoovy just to get it to be a bit flatter. Oh no, sure enough, shouldn't the thingy. A little messy, but don't mind the turret in the back. That's a different tank. Looking a bit nose heavy there, huh? Oopsie daisy. Alright, I think that'll do. I think I can shorten this by a little bit and simply place the front with a light angle. In fact, I think I will just copy paste it from up in the turret. Yeah, I can copy paste that. Let's get off the illustration from now, or just make that small. Okay. Man, the bottom right of the screen in the game in FTD is really filled with freaking nothing. It's got the weapon controls, but if you don't do the weapon controls, it's not useful at all to you. Curious. Let's put that all the way up in front. Just make sure it is as tall as I need it to be. This angle of the front plate seems good, but I know I'm going to plate this. I'm going to deco that over. But to what extent? Yeah, I think I'll just replicate this whole little song and dance right here. Put her there. Maybe not there. A bit lower. That'll do. Just make that 2 for now. Oh, it's a little big. Oops. Oopsie daisy. How about 1.5? Ooh. Also, that looks like that works there. Just about. Probably move it back by a couple of decimals. It's alright if it doesn't line up all the way, all quite. Because I do not intend it to do that. No, intend it to be perfect. Yeah, I do want this to be flat just because it's going to mount the turrets. It's going to mount the, the machine gun turrets. So it's, I'm going to put this just to a regular old 0.5. It's going to mount the machine gun turret, so I would want them to have a flat space relative to the hull to mount. I want to give them some funky. I'm going to use this plate, this angled plate quite a lot. Keep it consistent, I guess. Man, I can't change it up. That's not bad, actually. Is that clip? Oh, it clips just a itty bitty bit. If I move that out of the way. That do it. That do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what up. Now the question of the bottom. It's kind of like a Panzer Force of up front. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish the freaking complete front of the hull for a moment here. Oh, this seems a bit too flat. Let's look at the front of a... They're very angled. British vehicles have very angled front. Surprisingly so. Whereas... Italian vehicle. They have this weird dip. It's only, yeah, the British vehicle's only as flat as needed for the hull, for the machine gun turrets, and then it just turns into this thing. How about the cruiser Mark II cruiser, right? Mark 1 cruiser, sorry. Curious. Because it's just gonna be a Panzer IV front then. I'm too lazy. I think I have to space these wheels out like a little bit. Give them all something to connect to the hull with. Well, on that subject, also got a Panzer IV. Well, I got a Panzer IV. Oops. Heck, even the Panzer IV had more angle than this. Okay, I do want to keep it completely flat because it is... Because the turrets are going to be freaking huge. I feel like a more complicated geometry would go against kind of the production objective. Granted, this is already pretty silly with extra guns up front. It's well, I'm looking for a Panzer IV 780. Panzer IV. And the Panzer 470, that is. I don't know if his front is completely the same as... Okay, so it kind of juts out the front. Interesting. I don't know if that's just proportional, if it actually just has a big thing that juts out. A completely new design for lower frontal. Oh, okay. Just reading off of Tank Encyclopedia there. So, it is different. It's different. I don't know how big these machine gun turrets are going to be, though. I presume they're going to take up an entire 2x2 space, approximately. So, I don't want to angle the front plate off before then. So I feel like that won't make much sense. Well, I could have them jut out a little bit, have a little thingamajiggy. But... yeah, whatever. I want the front of the vehicle to jut out too much. Because these road wheels are already freaking... they're pretty out there right now. This is the kind of design that, like, I feel extra... This tank would, like, have an extra little itty-bitty road wheel pressing down on that part, and it'd be like the track tension or something. Just because there's so much space there. Get a freaking tree branch stuck in there. I move this out the way for a moment. Just gonna keep that in reserve there. So what if I just slide it back? There we go, like that. Flip this bad boy around. Not gonna be much to... Wow, my FOV is making this look really weird. Damn, bro. Decimals. No, I'm not really liking it. um... Isn't a sign up? For that, let me just scale it back a little bit. Or M1P40. Yeah, man. Again, this thing's coming alive. We're gonna be rolling through the fields of Italy in no time. The fields of American desert. Or Ash Valley. We're gonna be rolling through Ash Valley with this thing in no time, dude. New York. Ah, crap. Now what do I do with this thing? It's basing this plate off of the Jagdpanzer IV, but that Jagdpanzer IV front plate is really goofy. It's like a big wedge. Italy and American one. It's a New York style pizza. Nope. I guess I'm gonna live with what I've wrought. Ah, frick. I'm gonna go look at a picture of... Oh, bugger. Italian thing. Maybe I could just, I'll just reduce the entire front armor of the vehicle just to put these goofy turrets in. These guns are huge. Damn little cannons they got in there. Oops. How about that? How about that? Yes, the numbers align. Alright, that doesn't seem too bad. Just, I'm not too off. Not too hot about it. This plate is overly complicated. Boop. Pitch, other way. Just gonna guide off of pure frickin' wireframes. Line that up. Line that bad boy up. Ooh, right on the money. First number. Lucky number. About this one. How about that? Ooh, yeah. Look at that. And engineering. Italian engineering. Now it doesn't line up. Doesn't line up with everything perfectly, and it's driving me nuts. There's a space in there. You can see it. We got a freaking. Is there one down here? Oh no, that's just a big plate. Right, just gonna add more frickin' itty bitty plates. Why is it so thick though? There we go. Oh, look at what the fuck happened to the menu. Get out of here. If it juts out of the front, I'm gonna be mad. It don't. It's literally in like the freaking knife's edge of jutting out. Hacking with me. Granted, it looks like it'll be a bit too big. Take a bag now, y'all. I think I can afford to go over a bit, just a bit. That it? Yes. No. You see this freaking like millimeter space, this millimeter of unused space here? I'm mad. It's gonna bother me till the end of my days. Actually, if I just take this and then copy paste it, should be fine. Increase it. I think I can afford to go over this one. Yeah, it's inefficient, but I don't care. Oh no, there's like a 0.01 space in the plate. 0.01 millimeter freaking tiny splits in the armor. This is a grave manufacturing defect. It's just that one. I just increased that by like, give it another millimeter. Job's done. Sick. Now for the extra bit on the bottom. Why is there so many decos? There's so many decos with this one. And just push back a little bit. Now reach the back plate here. How would I make it soups? Not that way. The other way. Better. Oops, nope, there's a millimeter fracture in the armor. That's no good. Give me another millimeter. Wait, is there still a split? Yeah. The heck? This freaking... Whoops, wrong way. Perfection. Absolute perfection. Great. One detail. Ah, now, where was I? Back to the front plate. So this part here, let's see, should I just move back? Is there a little split in there? Yep. That's probably best to just make this bigger overall. Oops. Does that actually have enough size? No, it's not quite tall enough. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta fudge in the numbers. Won't quite work like that. I don't mind a tiny bit of overlap. If there's a space, that's a problem, but if there's overlap, that's alright. Because like in welding shiz, it doesn't always have to be flush. Oh, depending. Here, this is like a World War II level of welded tank. You kind of don't need very precision welding for a rough and tough piece of equipment like a tank, or a World War II tank anyway. It actually juts out a little bit too much, perhaps. This driving compartment is really cursed, so they'll need as much space as they can get. This driver's gonna be like lounging back in a freaking reclining chair. The amount of space that's in this. They get a reclining chair and just that amount of space. Like being strapped to a freaking lawn chair. To a reclining chair. If your chair only reclined. And that's the only position you could sit in. That's really suck. Is this Minecraft music? Yeah. I'm building blocks. I gotta have the Minecraft music. Deal with machine gun turrets now, or... This looks like a kind of reasonable vehicle with the front thingamajiggies removed. I'm gonna have to redesign that plate when I actually make a turretless version. Oh well. Have that plate. Nope. Now create music. Convert move music. Ha ha. Wahaha. I see, I see. There we go. That's for the driver. It's a big block. I wouldn't feel too safe about that thing. I'm gonna go copy something real quick. Oh, this is such a complicated front plate. Here's this thing again. I want to copy these. These are fun. Poor fella ain't gonna have much more than these to work with. With the power of this mod, I'm gonna shove this plate into the front of my vehicle. Five. 0.5. 6 degrees. Boom. Boom. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Oh well, I better save this up. And where's the back? I did it disappear for a moment. What the heck? It's weird. A little funky. I can improve this little thinger. Just a moment here. Why does it disappear? It's really weird. Listening. Go, fixed. Wow. What? What the okay. Cool. It just tossed me out for a moment. Okay, dude. Alright. Take that. What's the color of dankness? Number 4. Just make it itty bitty. Just so I can get a little slot of darkness. Alright, gotta just reinforce, so that's actually our revision block. Yeah! And I'm just gonna copy paste on some extra things. I'm gonna perform big brain move. I guess it's a bit easier to work with. Yes! Yeah! Boom. Boom. And you just shove it in there. And what do you know? Bam! It's all valid and part of the vehicle. They're gonna have a hard time looking through that. Looks like a bra. It's like a bra face or something. Sheer monolith of a driver's component. This fella's got pretty substantial room to himself. Save that. I wonder if I could put that as a secondary turret. That'd be funny. I really like these decos I made for this gun, but I have no use for this gun because it's really bad. So these decos are in vain. I have no use for it. So let's get a thingy in here. Everything's gonna ride on this one piston. Doesn't seem like the best idea. Oh. I don't mind cracking my armor a bit for the sake of fun. Ooh, I know. So there are little spaces in here. I can fit with one big old piston coming from the one in the middle here. Or I can, if I just look at which ones are the small blocks. This one's a small block. This one ain't. Here's a small block. Bam. Hmm. Yeah. I was having second thoughts about it because I wasn't sure how it was gonna work. But I'm gonna put two pistons here. They're gonna push the turret. I think the turrets are gonna be only just for shooting at dudes. They won't have the elevation. They're gonna have like 0 elevation. These poor turrets are gonna suck. They're always destined to suck. Boop. And if I press that to 0.25. And let's give it a little truss. Thank goodness that doesn't clip. Actually worked way better than I thought. Go me. No. Yeah, these little turrets. All these goofy little turrets are gonna be an issue. I think I'm gonna need more than 2.5, gonna need 0.5. Oh, it's gonna need another. It's gonna need another piston. It's awfully expensive for a pair of completely useless turrets. This is how they would have benefited from having just one. If I had one central big piston, it'd just go here, and then they'd push off of. They'd push off of it, and I would have my forward and side ones. I can still do that. Okay. It worked not as good as expected. Put a dead center. So this ought to go 0.25, I think. Let's see if we end up where we want to be. Is that quite it? I think that's about it, yeah. Well, why don't I try 2.5 and see what happens? Okay, yeah, so that's a little too far. No clipping. Nope, it's all good. Great. Yeah. So I'll just take a piston. I wonder if I could make it even more economical. Just give that a try. Feel like not quite, but let's give this a little look-see. Oop. So extend that bad boy 0.25, not 0.0. There we go. Okay. And then if I were to hypothetically put a dingamajingy or the truss. And there. Then we'd end up with a connection damage and connections off. Okay, I got put a gun there. Put a gun. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so it does not align. It doesn't actually align that way, so I gotta put another. I will have to put another thingy. Okay. Oh, actually, that's not quite enough. Hold up. Do it again. This one needs 0.5. Alright, try that again. Needs to line up with the other side. The same spot at the other side here. Oh, okay. I think I can. I can make it economical. Yes. Okay. Alright, sick. That's freaking... I'll take this piston off. Go back to the other piston. This one. And rather than this truss, just put it at 4. Take a sub-object, piston, lie that bad boy sideways, 0.5. Maybe you need more. Boom, boom, and boom, and yeah, things are in place. Spicy. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. I don't know how I'm gonna control both of them. Maybe I'll just put a block in the middle here and it'll be reinforced by a truss. Some stupid schism Badu. Put that there. Truss. Another one. Now let's control the weaponry effect. I think I'll have to put separate LWCs. Yeah. So this does clip, unfortunately. I can remedy that with some other material, I think. Oh, this is where the turret's gonna go, silly me. As truss down there look like? I don't want to use something more substantial that'll against the rules. Is that clipping? Yeah, it is. It's not that bad though. I can cover it up. 430 armor. What about rubber? Just take a big weight 40 versus weight 4. I think that's okay. As long as it doesn't clip, I don't need to edit anything. Ha ha ha. And business. We're in business. Now here's the choice of me having to either put it here or at front. So I'm gonna have to choose if it looks good. It worked. Yeah. Got him. That's sick. Alright, they changed the noise. That's sick, they work. I almost want to make them itty bitty freaking APS guns. Because they'll be a big round turret and I'll be able to keep that. Maybe I'll try the other one as an APS gun. I am pleased. I'm very pleased. Okay. Now, how to make it into a tiny turret. What if I made it like go over the top of the hull? It looks silly. It would be funny though. First off, let's give this a nice simple, no? Gun. I know these meshes are pretty good. There we go. Why don't we shave that down a size? Alright, it's cute and tiny now, but a person would definitely not fit in there. If only I had my... only these guns aren't so damn large. Wow. Need some work. I can move the front plate back a little bit, about 1 meter, and that would give us probably about enough space. It's gonna need me shifting this whole damn plate though. I think that's okay actually. So I really want these stupid turrets. How did the British manage with this one? The hell do you put these? How the heck? How the heck, Britain? How do you do this? How do you stuff people in this tiny, this tiny thingy? Oh, the guns aren't that big, which means the turret is actually huge. In our case, our turret is tiny and the guns are huge. I think I got a piston clip, some EPS. Still gonna look a little weird, but that's kind of price of doing business. We don't have quite enough space for it. Yeah, if I just move the we're running dangerously low on space. If I give it just 1 extra block, it will actually be able to function. Okay, yeah, let's move back. I did add an extra layer back there of armor. Oops. This gun just accidentally. Yeah, whoops. Let me just inspect the gun here. So this is solid armor. Okay, since only the top is what's exposed, I should remove. What happened? I just replace it with trusses. Replace it all with truss. Is armor in the back? I can't tell anymore. No, I don't think it is. Okay, good. It's fixed. I don't want to put that on a stack armor. It's against the wolves. And get this big bugger out of there. Done. Okay, as a compromise, going to move it by 2. Move back down by 1.5. Does that restore it down here? Not quite. Okay, 1.6. It's too big. Oops. Oh, for goodness sakes. I might a little bit overlap, it's alright. No spaces, but overlap is okay. Okay, great. Oops, I gotta move this. I gotta actually move this armor back. Silly me. Done. I'm so glad that worked. I was about to flip. I saw that not align anymore. I'm like, oh, crap, dude. Crap. It's all good. That worked. There we go, we got plenty of space to work with now. Ow. I think I'll move that other piston back a little bit. Assuming I can move. No, I can't. Frick. I'll have to sub-object it and move it if I want to move it again, but it works for now. So don't worry. Oh. Okay, that will go some space to work with. So the autocannon costs as much as the advanced firing piece, and that just the average autoloader costs freaking double that. But you get like an actual decent gun out of it if you make a decent gun. Now do I want to do that? Do I want to make a tiny autocannon? I kind of do. But I might have to redo all this stuff again. And this is just such a simple option. I think instead of making it effective, I'll just make it look better. Make it look nice. See how much space we have in here. Don't mind making this one a little taller. And I think 0.55 is about the max amount of space we can get out of it. Put some applique and just plate it over back there. Or I can leave it empty. And it'll get filled up in the next, more effective version. There we go, that ought to cover how big it'll be. It'll just pop up a little bit, just a little bit. So you know it has a ring. Rotates on. Okay, great. So, we got that. I'm going to pretty up that gun. Maybe I'll use that dishka over there. Or maybe not, I don't know. Probably not, the dishka's huge. You cannot stick a freaking huge 50 cal into this. Actually, this is already an autocannon. Whatever poor soul is just stuck in there with the gun. There's some guy, some dude in there. It's just suffering. Stuck with the gun. So let's go get the gun. Might be a bit large though. I feel like it's gonna be too large for this weapon. There we go. Just gonna use this as a big old piggyback. I'm gonna piggyback all my guns off of this. So I got this. Water cooled gun Mark A and Mark D. These are like Maxim guns. It's huge. Enormous. Might have to scale them down actually, but I kind of like how just enormous they are. And then there's the armored version that looks like the PP gun. The PP gun from the Australian tank. That looked fun as a it's a hull gun actually, the PP gun. Dual PPs. Dual PP gun. That wasn't on the design, but I think I'm willing to consider it. Here, why don't we put this one as the PP gun? It's made of so many goddamn techos. I think I'll scale it down. It doesn't actually need all this stuff. It also just has a telescopic scope on it. It just has a scope. You gotta snipe someone. Snipe a fool with the gun. And I think I'll just manage it separately. We're putting it here. I'm not gonna back one. Calling it a day. So, you know, that doesn't look half bad. I'll say that much. Doesn't actually look all that bad. It's a big PP gun though. I think I'll have to swap out the outer bit of it for just alloy because it's gotta cover up the PP gun. Also, it doesn't need all this fancy stuff in it. It's a lot of extraneous bits. I'll keep the breach block in. This other thing though, not necessary, I think. I'll repurpose that site. It's kind of funny just to see the little gun sight peeping out. So I think I'll keep it like that. Oh man, this site is huge. Doesn't need to be that freaking huge. It's gonna get shot out immediately. Poor guy in there has zero space. Literally zero space. I wish there's an even smaller machine gun in this game, but I mean, there is the 50 cal. This one's smaller, but it's on a bit of a pedestal, and it's yeah, it looks a little funky. Yeah, how about that? Beep beep. I don't know, that's hilarious. It looks hilarious. It looks so stupid. I love it. Remove the little 50 cal control because it's not needed. This would be really uncomfortable to sit in. Jeez Louise. Yeah, so you'd sit on the right there, I would assume. You know, zero space, your back up against the back of the turret. And, ooh. So why is the back of this thing? I don't stand for that. Really? Okay. Whatever. Put that 145. Not necessary. Oops. It's too small. It's gotta be a little bit bigger. 0.6. It's got barely the space. This will be the mantlet. Whatever counts for a mantlet. Oops. So weird. To be expected. What if I just spun that bad boy the other way? Oh, now it's a Lewis gun. Ah, crap. I think that'll do it a bit better. Hmm. I'm beginning to think the big cast shield was a waste of time. I didn't need this shield thingy, but I've ended up using none of what it was freaking there for. Oh well. Needs to be a little further forward. Only a little bit. Check it. Nice. I think I need to swap the casemate thing for just a regular pole. S 7.5. All right. Ooh, it's tall. It's a tall boy. It's too tall. How about that? There we go. Doesn't look too ridiculous. I'll just stick one of these. I could just use a cupola as a basis. Didn't need to actually make. Didn't need to make all this stuff. It's alright. It's good. It's all good, man. What is this frickin'? What the heck? Oh. Where is the armor? There's the mimics on this shit. There you go. I'll take this one. I'll put mimic. Oh, there's actually a little thing there. There's a bit to the right because our fella is gonna be terribly trapped there. And what if we put it at an angle too? Bam. I don't think I'll be able to keep a little vision device on it because there's no space. There's no freaking space for that. And kabam, the turret is done. Still plain looking because it uses all the same texture, but I'll take it. First, let me just change this up a bit. %, rotation speed. This gun will be number 2. What? What? I set it up wrong. Oh. They spin incredibly slowly. It's kind of sad. Yes. My useless turrets. Yeah. I'm so proud of them. Oh, so useless. I'm gonna put this little thingamajig. It's gonna be an issue if they point out too much to one direction. Like if they point to the left. Yeah, something like that. If they put to the left too much, it'll be an issue. Camera, what the heck's going on? Why can't you go in the ground? Yeah, whatever. Okay, I think I'll just remove this from it for now. And I'll just have to put the boom. They immediately gonna get shot the hell up? Absolutely. Are they gonna look cool? Absolutely. Oops. Green boy. It's green. I need space for the second thingy. I don't want my turrets to go shooting everyone inside. Hey presto. And that clip definitely. Oh, I don't. Lucky me. It's good. It is good. Take one of these fellas. Plop him right down. Yes. Yes. It is good, my mans. Oops, something's... What's the dealio? Some gonna fall off. It's gonna fall off. Ain't nothing. What's the big deal? Is this not connected? Should what? It's on the block. Bro, what are you on about? Oop. Oops. What? How'd it fall off? There's stuff there. Okay. Whatever. This is too complicated for it to realize. Yeah, this is fine. It's totally gonna get broken off, but what can you do? It's looking cool is top priority. That's it. Is there a little thingy under there? Yeah. Color it nice and dark, call it a day. Oh my god, it's gonna break off. Yes, yes. Yes, it works. It's done. The turrets are done. The tiny turrets are done. The tiny inconsequential waste of time turrets are done. I wonder why they go around a big circle like that. Maybe they gotta feel it out. Oops, I gotta do the thingies for this one. There you go. How about it? How about it? Let them have it. Yeah! Yeah! Feel the power of freaking machine gun turrets. Incredibly smoky, like black powder. Freaking. Yes, yes. Is good. Oh, frick. So much effort for this stupid little turds. Oh, gosh. That's the stuff, man. It's also really front heavy. I'll adjust the drivetrain at the end, so when it's all actually armored up and all that jazz, then it will receive its full armor, its full suspension. Probably should just have this like suspended from the ceiling or something, rather than sitting on its own suspension, but it's alright. Yay. Yay. Yay, you did it. Yeah. Alright. The top of this, as it's open, it kind of reminds me of the M10 Wolverine. I wonder if I could do an open top version of it. It'd look kind of cool. But as it is a then yeah, since APS shiz takes up like 3 billion volume of space, frickin' it's not gonna look very good unless I make a concerted effort to make the turret as empty as possible. And then even then it'll look a little sus. But it should be fine. This is fine. I just gotta get some triangles on it. Oh man. You can't see all those. Poor driver, he can't see none. He only just has the one flap forward and that's it. These side ones are just freaking useless. Poor fella, I gotta put a periscope on that. Or something. Something to keep the driver from knocking into things. You could move these back actually, a little bit back. This is 0.25. If I move it back by like 0.5 or something, it won't be too cramped up at the front. Let me give that a little try. Let's bully this, let's bully the little car again. Bam. That's how that... Now this looks like out of its shell. What the heck? These turrets are adorable, but they're so useless. I definitely gotta use them for something else sometime. Anyway, so this is pushed up by about 0.25. If I took this down to 0.15, and we set A, there we go. How about that? Oops, that's on the thing. Clonk. So this is compared to, yeah. Oh boy, you really can move him back. Give that a try. Number B. Is this the correct orientation for it? Oops. Oh, this is something else. Silly me. Pretty comfy space there. Yeah, that works. I don't want to move him back anymore. There's like plenty of space back here, but I'll just stick some freaking fuel or something. I don't know, someone's backpack. Shove your backpack behind the machine gunner. Take care of it later. Fire! Ah, yeah, man. So we should save it. Alrighty then, that's the front. It's not actually all done up, but I gotta do the blocking out of stuff. But some features are a bit too complicated not to just leave them half and half. No, not to leave them undone. So, go all the way back here. Oops. Double oops. There we go. Scale that down a bit. A bit of overlap on those other plates, but thankfully they're the same texture, so it doesn't matter. Oh, right on the money. I'm gonna take this exact arrangement and just copy paste it on the butt. It's not gonna quite work because the it's a bit different. Also, I got some stuff from the other vehicle I want to copy. From the previous vehicle, so I want to go take some of the fancy bits off them. Now we got a little that. I think I was planning on just completely blocking this and then just putting a muffler. This fella. Okay. Okay. Alright, Adam. Alright, well, I guess I'll call it here. Here's the bad boy machine. Alright, yeah, that's all for today. Tomorrow, I'll stream. I'll see you next week. yeah, next week I think I'll start a different video game. Yeah, this is bad. So, I'd like to thank those who are watching, those who were watching, and those who are done watching. And, bid you to take care. Have yourselves a darn good one. Not unlike this tank. This poor tank is. But it's too vestigial turf. Yeah. Alright. Take care, folks.